Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and welcome back to another video. Today I am here to share some makes that I have been making really over kind of the Christmas season. I made an outfit for my daughter for Christmas. I've made this for Jenny for Christmas, or not for Christmas, I just made this for Jenny. And then I also did some sewing for my sister over Christmas. I just don't have any footage of her in those things, and I could ask her to send me some, but I may just wait until I see her next time. So I am gonna see her next month in March, so hang tight. I'll see if I can get her to bring the two items that I made her, something for Christmas and then something that she just asked me to make for her. Anyway, and I'm currently making a dress for my mom that is a sew the look. So if I can, we're recreating something she wanted from the stores that we couldn't find anymore. And so we are coming up with our own version. But yeah, if she's willing to be on the channel, I'll get her in this outfit and get that on. Probably I won't see her again until the end of March, beginning of April. So it'll be a little bit, but anyway, if I can talk her into being on, something to make her feel beautiful. Anyway, okay, studio. Let's do a little catch up here real quick. I have my quilt hung. I can't wait to show you. I am waiting on a stand for my projector before I do the full studio reveal and kind of, you know, this is everything. I do still think it's a little echoey in here, and I'm thinking of putting hanging fabric basically on some batting. I have ideas of putting it on this wall where I am here, where it can easily be taken off or put back on, just to help with sound a little bit more. So if it's still sounding echoey, it should be getting a little bit better, because I do have a pretty large quilt hanging on the wall now, but that may be, it's kind of over in the chair area, so that might be better for those videos. But yes, stay tuned. I am working one more DIY project for the sound, and then I think we should be there. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay, so let's talk about a few things that I've been making. Let's start off with Jenny. So Jenny had found this look, and I'll put this is kind of a sew the look, because she found this jacket that she really loved, really wanted a bomber jacket that was in her colors. Loved the idea of it being something in her teal colorway. Jenny is a moonlit summer. I get her and my sister confused. One of them's a moonlit summer, the other one's a sunlit summer. I think Jenny's the moonlit. Anyways, wanted something in her colors that she could wear, especially as we come into spring. So this fabric, this is the Kimball Bomber by Cashmerette. So I made her the size 10 with the CD cup. Jenny isn't as endowed as myself, but the CD cup in Cashmerette works on her just fine. This is the club pattern. This is the very first club pattern that came out last year when Cashmerette released their whole club series. And I made myself one. Jenny loved it. And so when I said, well, I could make you that one, she was like, yes, let's do that. The fabric, well, here, let me finish. So the alterations that we made to this pattern were to lengthen the body by an inch, and then lengthen the sleeves by 1.5 inches. So Jenny is very long in the body and very long in the arms. So we did those two alterations for her, and I will pop footage of her up in order for this jacket to fit her well. Now, when we were trying to figure out fabric, when I bought the quilted cotton for my Murcott vest that you guys saw at the beginning of the month, my orange vest, she loved that idea. And Minerva had this colorway as well. They don't have this colorway right now, but I think it's sold out, as did the orange. They do have some other ones though. So as you can see, it is a much brighter teal, like a aqua turquoise kind of color on the one side, and then the darker teal on the outside. We decided to go with the darker teal for the mane. And then for our cuffs, I went with just some ribbing that I got from University of Sewing. So I was down there when I was getting my machine actually, and I did gray on the zippers. I'll bring the coat up here so you can see it a little bit better. I did gray, doop, on the zippers. That's kind of, hold on. I did gray on the zippers both for the pocket and for the front zipper. So that made me think that it'd be nice to do the gray on the band, and she agreed. I did do a bias binding for that neck edge to finish that off. There are instructions for that inside the pattern. And I used some of that, my harmony that I made, that was from a See You at 6 rayon twill. I used that, some scraps. So I said, we're connected now. Whenever she wears this jacket, she can think of me. And I used them for the pockets as well that are just really beautiful. It's a French seam finish with this pattern on the inside. So it just finishes those off really, really well. And yeah, we've got just a really nice bomber. She's very excited about it. In fact, when I had to borrow this so that I could film this section, she was reluctantly gave it over to me. Although it helps that it's been cold here in Indiana, but it's warming up, so she's gonna want this back, I'm sure, you know, lickety split. Anyway, so we were able to recreate this look though with the Kimball Bomber Jacket by Cashmerette, and I think we got a really good close dupe, and she is over the moon with the final results. So that was make number 1. And then make number 2 is this outfit that I made for my daughter for Christmas. All right, so this is the Nomi Patterns ME2003. This is Alyssa Threads from the first batch of Nomi patterns that came out. This pattern features the cropped sweater and then one that's a little bit longer, and then a fitted skirt. You can't really see the skirt, sorry. It's got a slit, which is similar to this skirt is similar to the one in the pattern, but I actually ended up using the Styla Lacona skirt, knit skirt. I had it, and we tried the skirt that came with the Alyssa Threads pattern, and the smallest size was still just too big in the hips, and then it got bulky in the waist. So we did try that pattern. It just didn't work. But we absolutely love the little cardigan that comes with this pattern, and this one fit her really, really well. So let's talk about the cardigan first, and then I'll talk about the skirt a little bit in just a second. So she wears this cardigan all the time with jeans. She wore this whole outfit actually to church today, but this is a favorite of hers. So I used a merino jersey from the fabric store. This is the color Guava. I actually bought these, oh gosh, not that long ago, and I bought 4 colors of it. They were having a sale back in the fall, and I thought this was going to be a little bit more my pink. It's way too muted for me. This is definitely more her pink, and it looks fantastic on her. So we made the size 6, 8. It's the smallest size. Whatever the smallest size is in this pattern is this. I mean, this one may have came small, extra small, small, medium, large. We made the smallest size for her because we needed it for the waist. And the waist is still, it doesn't sit close to her body, but it's still fine. She loves the way it looks. And I did do a full bust adjustment. Now, this pattern gathers into the front band. You pull the band to stretch it to fit, but then it also, well, I guess you just pull it to fit. You just stretch it to fit. So what I did was I did do a full bust adjustment and made the dart in the waist so that there was extra room to stretch the band to fit the waist, and I let the fabric do the rest. I think I only added a ½ of an inch on each side, so for a full inch full bust adjustment, just to give us a little bit more room. I didn't want the buttons pulling. They're fine. We probably would have been fine without doing the full bust adjustment, but I do think she is very busty, so I think doing the full bust adjustment could only have helped the cause. So I am pleased with the way we did things. I oftentimes lengthen her patterns by an inch in the bodice because she is very long-waisted, but we didn't on this one because she does like her stuff a little bit cropped, and it hits, for a teenager, it hits her just right where she wants it. We did the view of the sleeve that gets gathered into the cuff. It's just an adorable pattern. This pattern is absolutely adorable. I highly recommend it. I left the edge of this ruffle. So the pattern has U-hemming, this whole ruffle that goes around the neck edge. Folks, knit doesn't ravel, so I left it raw. And because this is a jersey, it just kind of curls up on itself. Can you kind of see how it's doing that? And I think it just works perfectly. So I am very glad that I just omitted it. I didn't do any kind of hemming. The edges are raw on the front edge here, and then all the way around this back, the back edge. I just finished because you seam it here in the back, which I did, and then I just tucked my thread tails under really nice and neat, and then it just rolls over on itself. So it's just a really nice finish. And I had some buttons in my stash that were from a vintage haul, you know, a garage sale or something along those lines. Obviously, this fits her breasts a little better. Lena's much less busty than my daughter and I are. But yeah, we were absolutely just thrilled with the way that this wears. And again, she wears this sweater all of the time. The merino is great because it's wicking. So even as the weather warms up, she'll be able to wear this a little bit longer because it's pretty thin, but it's also insulating. So sometimes she has a jacket over it when she wears it to school. Sometimes she wears it by itself. It's just been a really great piece. And again, it's about the time it comes off her body and it goes through the wash, it's back on her body again. So very pleased with that. And then the skirt gets worn a little bit less just because it's a skirt and it's a fitted skirt, and she just doesn't have as many occasions to wear this kind of thing, but she has worn this to church quite a few times. This is the Lacona skirt by Styla Patterns. We made, I can't remember what size we made on this. My daughter's hip is 35 inches. So, and I'm pretty sure there was a size that was 35 inches. And it fits like a dream. I didn't worry about grading for smaller at the waist, which sometimes I have to do for her just because of the nature of the knit. We did the ultra high rise on this skirt, and because she's very long in the body, it's worked perfectly for her. I would not be able to do the ultra high rise because it would be up to my boobs. But for her torso, it fits beautifully. And I used, this is the Heather Charcoal Ponte that I made my mom's Parker Ponte pants out of. You guys haven't seen those yet, actually. But I had just enough to make this skirt, remnants of that fabric. So she matches her Mimi, which is really, really fun. And she was over the moon. She wanted a fitted midi skirt, and this fit the bill. The skirt comes in a few different lengths and a few different ways that you can finish off the front. We did the front slit. So there's the front slit. There's also a side slit. She liked the front slit. I did shorten the pattern by 2 inches because she is, well, she's short. She's only 5'2", but she's really short in the legs. So I think we just did 2 inches though. I may have taken another inch off the hem when we were hemming it, but I shortened the skirt in the 2 places, the lengthen and shorten lines, an inch at each of those. So love the way that this turned out, and she is over the moon with it as well, so that always makes things worth it. Okay, so that is kind of some things that I've been making behind the scenes that you guys just haven't seen. Speaking of which, I have been hard at work at this digital class that I'm going to be releasing. I was going to be releasing it next week, but I need Jenny, and Jenny is going to be on leave for a little bit, old injury that she's having repaired, and I just need her. I need her. So I've pushed the release date, my cart open date, back a week. So the first Tuesday of March, I'm going to be announcing, hopefully, if everything still goes smoothly, my first digital class. Guys, I have run the gamut of, put this out of the way, run through the gamut of feelings with this class from, you know, the whole creative process where, you know, I'm crap, it's all crap, to this might be the best thing I've ever done. So I'm so excited. I've been working very hard behind the scenes, getting this class ready for you. Again, I'll be telling you all about it in 2 weeks' time. And I am just working my little tail off, but I really think it's going to be something great. Not perfect. We don't go for perfection here on the channel, but we go for something really great. And I'm getting really excited about it, about releasing it into the world. So yeah, just know that I have been doing so much sewing behind the scenes, and I'm excited to share that with you guys as well as there's another project behind the scenes that I think we'll be releasing here at the beginning of March, middle of March as well, and I can't wait to tell you guys more about that too. So also something I've been working very hard on. Anyway, all that to say, we have a lot of really great things. And the wonderful thing about all of this is that both of these big projects that I'm just working my tail off on right now are all things to help enjoyment of the channel be more. So the YouTube channel is my first and foremost. It's my firstborn baby. It is everything. And so things that I do outside or alongside with the channel, I always want to make sure that they are feeding back into the channel, so that the main goal is that as many people as possible are able to enjoy the things that are out here on YouTube that I put out there. So, all that to say, I've been working really hard on both of these projects, and I can't wait to share more with you on what that's all about. So, stay tuned, be ready, working really hard, and can't wait to bring more out to you. My goal is to have next week to have a Distashify video out, although I have not made any of the pieces yet. And as you know, there were 4 pieces on there. So we're gonna see how my time plays out this week. But right now, the goal is to have a Distashify video out, even if it's just the few pieces I am able to make for Tuesday, because I do have a couple of fabrics that I'm excited, Distashify fabrics that I can't wait to show you about, so to show you all about. So anyway, that'll be Tuesday, and then I'm waiting again for the mount for my projector before I do the tour of the sewing room. So the sewing room tour the filming studio tour may be on Friday, but it may not be until the following Friday. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it before I even get the fabric panels put up back here, because I wanna make some spoonflower fabric with my logo and stuff on it for the panels that go back here, and so that may take some time. I'll show you when that little project is done, but I can go ahead and give you the tour of everything as soon as I get my projector mounted. Okay. So that'll be coming up too. So again, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we've got a lot of really great things coming to the channel. Parker Ponte Sew Along, the last episode of that is on Sunday, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed that sew along. I've not yet decided what the next sew along is going to be, but I usually do a tutorial in between sew alongs anyway, so I'm going to figure out what the following Sunday's little tutorial is going to be, so stay tuned for that one as well. Okay. I think that's all I got for today, guys. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. I hope the weather is wonderful wherever you are. And if not, I hope you're able to get some sewing time in to really embrace, you know, our creative art, right? All right, that's all I've got. Have a good week, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.